Thank you for joining us on our Friday weather live stream. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon, hanging out in the First Alert Weather Center where I often do my work. Are you ready for a decent weekend? I'm not saying it's going to be really great. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. It's definitely going to be a big improvement from the past couple weekends, especially last weekend. No ice storm for the North Woods. I mean, it has to be better, right? Decent, not bad. All right, let's get you out to look at some sunshine. A decent amount of it, in fact. All right, here's a live view from our Oshkosh sky cam. There's a couple high, thin clouds. Otherwise, there's some sun. Temperature is 37. Wind chill is 30. We've got an east wind at 9 miles an hour. Other temperatures across the area. 36 in Appleton and Green Bay. We're at 39 degrees in Sheboygan. It is 10 degrees colder in Rhinelander. You're at 29 degrees there. Forecast for today, up to 42 degrees at 10 o'clock, 48 at 1, 4 o'clock this afternoon, a high of 50. So seasonable, early April weather. Now, the sunshine that you're seeing right now is going to start to fade away, especially this afternoon as clouds increase. So here's what's going on. We've got a high-pressure system in the Great Lakes. That's why we've got quiet, dry weather. Now, you can see the clouds streaming through Iowa, heading towards Wisconsin. They're courtesy of a low-pressure system, a storm system down towards the southern plains. It's producing rain, some thunderstorms, and that front that this weather maker is on stretches all the way up into the Ohio Valley. And this high-pressure system over top of us is going to try to shove that low-pressure system to our south and east. It kind of deflects it away from us. This is not to say that we're going to be completely dry tonight. Somebody southeast of Fox Valley could have a passing shower. Most of us, though, will avoid that rain chance. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor with sunshine, then increasing clouds, partly sunny skies, 1 o'clock this afternoon. Here's 7 o'clock tonight. So as the sun is setting, by the way, sunset 7:24 this evening, in case you're keeping score at home. We'll have cloudy skies by then. Should be dry this evening, but after 11 o'clock, southeast of the Fox Valley, you see the little green blips there. There might be some sprinkles or some light showers, and around Fond du Lac, Manitowoc, Sheboygan, any rain should be light, brief, and then out of here when you wake up Saturday morning. And the weekend is looking dry with intervals of sun and clouds. Now today, our high temperatures will be very close to average. 49 is an average high temperature for the fourth day of April. And our highs will be right in that ballpark, about 50 for a high in Appleton and Green Bay, upper 40s in the North Woods, mid 40s near the Bay and the Lake Michigan shoreline. So we're definitely in that season now where we start saying cooler by the lake shore because, well, the wind, it's blowing in off the water out of the east and southeast around 5 to 10 miles an hour. At least the wind's not going to be as strong as it has been recently. All right, so the weekend is dry and decent. As we come out of the weekend, that's when our next weather maker comes through. A cold front charges across Wisconsin. It'll give us some snow showers, some wet snow into Monday morning. And Monday's also looking colder and blustery. Monday morning, the severe weather outlook is in the low category. I expect snow. I expect it to stick to grassy surfaces. I expect some of the snow to stick to the pavement. It'll probably be a little bit slushy as people are heading back to work Monday morning. This is going to not be a big storm. This is going to be more of a nuisance snow. One would argue that almost any snow in April is nuisance snow because a lot of folks are kind of sick of winter at this point. But be that as it may, if we look at a couple computer models, here's two of them that we look at, the European model and the American GFS model. You're looking at perhaps an inch of snow, maybe even less. It's not going to be a lot, but just enough to kind of gunk things up as you're trying to get kids off to school on Monday morning or get off to work or run some errands. First Alert Pinpoint Predictor shows increasing clouds Sunday night. There's the snow developing heading into Monday morning. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody sees a little bit of some mixed precipitation. And then the snow showers move out Monday afternoon with clearing skies heading into Monday evening. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. And if you were to ignore that slight rain chance for tonight, you could say, hey, 6 the next 7 days are probably going to be dry across northeast Wisconsin as we're kind of heading into a quieter weather pattern for the most part. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, seasonable highs in the upper 40s to about 50 degrees. Now, tomorrow will be a little bit breezy, and then I expect we're going to see temperatures heading down into Monday and then coming back up as we go into the next week. I want to talk about temperatures for tonight because tonight we've got the T-Rats home opener. First home game of the season for the T-Rats. They're taking on the Cedar Rapid Colonels. And that's Colonels spelled with a K as opposed to a C, in case you're wondering. We're going to see a lot of clouds, but it's probably going to be dry at the ballpark. And with temperatures heading down through the mid-40s, it's going to be cold if you're sitting there watching the game, but I'm sure that's not going to ruin everybody's fun as long as you bring your coat, your jacket, your sweatshirt to keep warm at the ballpark. Get yourself some hot dogs, maybe a warm drink, and you guys should be having a great old time watching the T-Rats kick off this new season. And then another nugget of knowledge in our super 7-day forecast. Not only is there some wet snow in the forecast for Monday, but as that cold front comes through, we're going to have a blustery north wind. Look at First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. During the day Monday, northeast winds will be gusting around and even above 30 miles an hour. So when we have highs in the low and mid 30s, that wind is probably going to make our wind chills feel like the teens and 20s. So definitely a chilly start to next week with that wet snow coming through. But as the wind turns around to the south and southwest on the backside of high pressure, the latter half of next week, we'll see temperatures rising to the 40s and then into the 50s. I'm expecting 50s as we go into Thursday and next Friday. All right, so our forecast is always at your fingertips, wherever you go, if you're using our free WBAY First Alert Weather app. If you are able to, depending on how you're watching this live stream, you can scan that QR code on the left side of your screen and download our app to your phone or your tablet for free. We're at that time of year where sometimes we get snow, sometimes we get storms, a clash of the seasons, and it's definitely good to be on top of what Mother Nature is throwing at us. On Action 2 News, today at noon and at 4, meteorologist Emily Mers is coming up, and she is going to give us an update on that weekend forecast. And since today is Friday and she's on our weekend morning newscast, I guarantee you she'll be following that next weather maker all through the weekend. She'll give you all the little details because between now and then we're probably going to get some subtle changes in the storm track, the amount of moisture that's available. So there might be some small changes in that forecast between now and Monday morning. I tend to think Monday will probably not be a first alert weather day, but we'll keep a very sharp eye on that weather maker, and we'll do what we do. We'll track the storm and give you updates. That way you and your family are prepared and know what's going to happen. So there you have it. There's our Friday live stream. So yeah, we're looking forward to the weekend, and it looks like we're in pretty good shape. For the next few days, just some clouds, just some sun. Temperatures about on par for where they should be. And after that snow on Monday, and temperatures will start heading back up. All right, thanks for watching our First Alert live stream. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. Aisha Morales is behind me. She's getting ready for Action 2 News. Mid-morning, you know, it's funny. She's got her headphones on. Like in my head, she's like listening to some like really groovy tunes, but that's probably not what's happening. You're listening to the radio? Yeah. Yeah, you're listening to your husband on the radio. If you don't know, she's married to Cutter, Andrew on the WAPL. And you listening to, is he being a good boy today?
I think so.
Is he not getting in any trouble, is he?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
He's funny.
He's being his usual humorous self. If you have time, you're driving around, check him out on WAPL in the mornings. There you go. There's a free plug for our radio friends. All right. Have a great day. Hasta luego.